Hello and welcome to the WB Mason Coach Report on GoHofstra.com. Joined as always by the head coach of the Hofstra baseball program, John Russo. Coach, welcome.
Len, thanks for having me.
Let's get right into it, Coach. We'll start with last weekend at Liberty, a 3-game series. Go 1-2, but really in both of those last 2 games could have easily gone the other way. Could have been 2-1 with a 1-0 loss in Saturday's game, and then you take the finale 10-5. What did you see from your team in the Liberty series?
I thought, I think Liberty no doubt is a regional team. I mean, there is no ifs, ands, buts about it. People might not know them, but feel free to look up their, record. They won Tuesday against North Carolina, Wednesday against Virginia. Going into the game, they had wins against South Carolina, South Florida, Virginia Tech. You pick it. It was about as good a team as we've seen all year. And after Friday night, they just beat up Michael James. They're a good hitting team, and Michael didn't have his best stuff, and he'd be the first to admit that. And they were just a really good swinging club. And then on Saturday, Ryan Root just continued to pitch really, really well, and he attacked hitters through strikes. Not the most strikeouts in the world, but we played really good defense behind him. And Andrew Monday came in, and I thought he pitched as good a stuff as he's had all year. And we lost a tough 1-0 ball game where we had 14 runners left on, and people can take the negative of leaving 14 on, but we walked, we hit, we fought, we scrapped. I really liked the guys' energy, and then they carried that over into Sunday and were able to break through in the first inning with a big double by Robbie and a good 2-out hit by Parker, and then got contributions in that game from OC and Kevin O'Connor and Miles Menza, and we just were able to hold on. But I thought another big thing on Sunday was Jack Jett's performance. Going 4 1/3 innings. I don't know when the last time he did that, but he had great stuff. And a huge find on us for the weekend was Jack Anderson. He had a really good relief appearance on Friday, and then was able to carry that over onto Sunday. And we beat a really good team. So realistically, the last 18 innings of the weekend, we played as good a baseball as we've played all year.
That Sunday game, it's 6-5. Liberty makes it a 6-5 game in the 8th inning. What did it show to you from your team able to withstand that run and then come back out in the 9th inning and tack on 4 more runs to really seal the win?
It was something I talked to him about before the game, that people can be frustrated with the record, or people can be frustrated with our play, but we've given great effort. We're just a learning ball club, and we've got to learn. And frustration was at its highest Saturday after the 14 left on, and I said to the kids, who is the most frustrated? It's you guys. You guys are the guys that put in the hard work. You guys are the ones that hit early in the morning, late at night, when nobody is watching and looking. But I know you're doing it. And I said at some point, all of those hard work and that effort is going to come through. And, I think it's very ironic, the guy, Kevin O'Connor, that gets the double down the line. He's just the wily veteran that is not the everyday player, but he was ready for his number to be called and had a huge double to break it open. And then second and third, another guy who's been in the program 3 years that works as hard as anybody, Miles Menza, gets the single up the middle, and it was just what we needed. And I think it was very deserving. I mean, those 2 guys work as hard as anybody in the club, but I think our whole team works really hard. I can't be happier with how this team works, how this team gets after it. I see growth. If people, parents, whoever it is, look at records at the end of the day, they're wrong, because if this team can just continue to keep getting better. And we were dealt a rough blow this week with Brad Camarda having Tommy John, which is really going to hurt us on the pitching staff, but hence why Jack Jett's performance is even that much more important. And we need Jack Jett, we need Jack Anderson, we need other guys to continue to step up and fill roles. But I like this team a lot, and really like their character, really like how hard they play, and getting better.
Now, yesterday, a tough loss at Army, 9-5. You put up a run in the first, but then Army comes back and scores 5 in the bottom of the inning. Kind of took the wind out of the sails. They go up 9-1. You guys rally in the 9th with a 4 spot. But what did you see from really one of your first midweek games of the season?
we were able to. We're on spring break this week, and so we were able to get up to Army and able to take a tour early on and see a video and walk campus and just see West Point, and it was an incredible experience for me. I think incredible experience for the club. I don't know if that helped us be prepared as much as we needed to for the game. Working and rushing. So I think whenever a team's not super prepared, it falls on the head coach, and so it falls under me. I just don't know if early on right there we were ready to go, and we got down 5-1 and weren't able to recover. So I'm just gonna take it as a mistake by maybe me to maybe make more time or do something of that nature. But this club has given so much effort, and I even think even fighting back there in the 9th inning and scoring 4 runs late and doing that. And listen, midweeks we're throwing inexperienced pitching still, and we just have to be patient and let them get through their rough bumps. Something I want to mention that I hardly ever mention on these shows or enough in person is I can't be happier with the job my assistant coach have been doing. Blake Nation, being a first-year Division I pitching coach, can't be more patient with these pitchers. And then you see a freshman, Ryan Rue, doing as well as he does, and Andrew Monday rebounding, and Jack coming out of nowhere, and Jack Anderson coming out of nowhere, and Michael James going 7 innings. I think we'd all be very remiss if we didn't give Blake some credit for that. And he's super prepared and has great scouting reports for these kids, and every day in his office is watching synergy. And yes, we've had our offensive struggles, but I can't be happier with Matt Wessinger and Brendan Skidmore with their patience with this group, and the kids still enjoy going to hitting. And Matt and Brendan have never lost excitement, and about being there and supporting the hitters. And I think that excitement just comes from having good kids, and I'm really happy about this club, and we're definitely going in the right direction. Got a super tough weekend coming up, though.
Right, this weekend, 3 games at St. John's, a perennial NCAA regional team. Had a really tough schedule to start the season. Some swept Kansas at home. They played at UCLA. What do you expect from this weekend with the Red Storm?
First and foremost, it starts with Ed Blankmeyer as a Hall of Fame coach, and you just know what you're going to get with the St. John's team. But the thing they did this past weekend that they do all the time is they pitched really well. Their Friday night guy, Sean Mooney, is as good as any Division I pitcher in the country. He's a freshman All-American, first-team All-American his freshman year. And Russo on Saturday comes up and throws a 9-inning CG against Kansas. And then Belge, probably a top 10 round pick on Sunday, from the left side, 88 to 92. And so and then they got a bunch of arms out of the bullpen. They're just as good. And then, as an offense, I think they're just starting to figure it out and figure out their identity, because they had a lot of new players also. And, they're going to be as tough a matchup as we have all season. But it was sort of the plan, with playing Liberty. If you look back, Incarnate Word is starting to turn out to be a really good series when they take Notre Dame and they beat Texas A&M, and they're beating Sam Houston State. And we're all positive Central Michigan's going to be a regional type team. And so, our early schedule is just really preparing us for CAA. And so wins and losses might not be where they want them to be, but we also have 5 one-run losses. And so if you change that, and the fact that we've been on the road every game this year, and so we're going to be on the road this weekend, we're going to be on the road Tuesday at Monmouth, next weekend at Charleston. That's tough for college kids to do and keep a schedule that they're doing, but it's what we have here in the Northeast a little bit. But we've got to prepare for Charleston, and I thought that this was the best route to do it, and I think the kids have bought into that aspect, and I think we're going to be really prepared for St. John's this weekend, and more importantly, Charleston next weekend.
All right, Coach, that's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at Jack Kaiser Stadium in Queens. Hofstra against St. John's. You can check out the links on GoHofstra.com for live stats. And you've been watching the WB Mason Coach Report on GoHofstra.com.